So this is a 15 inch diameter mortar ring for the brick and mortar vase I'm making. And I learned a while back when I did a 72 segmented vessel with 1/4 inch rings that I was using spring clamps until I got up to about 2 inches segment length, and then I started using my DeWalt clamps. And it's a little bit more time consuming. And I know some people make thicker rings and cut them in, split them in half to get their 1/4 inch rings. But like I said, this is a 15 inch diameter ring. And so I pair them up. I glue them up. Then I set them over here to the side. Give them a 30-minute set time or so. And then I take those pairs and I make a ring. And I use rubber bands and a nail jig to make the ring, to clamp the ring. And in a moment, I'll show you that. Right now, though, I'm just making pairs, lining up the paired rings, or paired pieces for the ring. Oop. And I have some mistakes at times, as anyone would. There we go. Yeah. So one thing I did learn is that I keep a little wet rag available to keep the glue off my fingers so I don't get any glue on the other ends of the joint. So like I said, in about 30 minutes, we will take that and we will take all of those there, and on this jig underneath them, we'll set up and we'll glue that into a solid ring. So we're going to glue together these 1/4 inch segments to make this 15 inch diameter ring. And I use a nail jig, or I call it a nail rubber band jig. I got this idea out of Malcolm Tibbetts' book. I put wax paper together, okay? And this will be kind of lengthy because it takes a little time. But I insert the holes in the jig are about a 1/2 inch apart. The outer ones get me I can get a 15 inch diameter ring inside of it. So we'll the rubber bands I'm using are 1/4 inch wide rubber bands, roughly 3/8, and I got them off of Amazon. They're meant for holding plastic bags inside of a trash can, certain size trash cans. They come in 3 different sizes. I can't remember the diameter of the one I'm using, but I know it will get me out to this 15 inch diameter ring and give me the clamping force I want. I used 3 rubber bands stacked on top of each other. One of the most important things I can think of in doing this is when you set up your rubber bands, take the time to stack the rubber bands as evenly as you can on top of each other. Because if you don't, you'll have to fight with it along the way. Hopefully that don't happen to me on this video. But you can't get it quite there, stacked on top of each other. Keep a nail handy, just for slipping in between the rubber bands to help me get them stacked where I want them. I think the largest diameter has been roughly 16 to 16 and a half. I have another piece of melamine over there that I think I can get 16 or 17 inch diameter rings on it. My lathe is only 18, so that's my limitation. If I had a 24 swing lathe, I would be trying to make something almost 24 in diameter. Why not? All right, well, I pretty much have the rubber bands where I want them. Yeah, come here. All right. Oh. All right, we're back. So now we'll take the paired up segments and we'll start laying them out. Generous amount of glue, laying them out inside the jig as so. I have done this where I use just individual segments, lay it all around. It's just more glue spots on the wax paper, which when you try to bring the ring into center and try to let the rubber bands on it, you have to have some movement in the ring. And the more places there's glue on it, the less movement it will give you. So, but now we will start releasing the rubber band onto it and try to make sure all the rubber bands stay stacked on each other properly. And you want to pull one on one side. Let me bring you up a little closer. One on one side. And directly across from it, you want to pull the other one. And you're going to get some movement that doesn't look like it's going to be the right thing, but once you start pulling the nails and you get them almost all pulled, you will, the ring will come into being a good circle. And if you see any of our bands trying to slip down or up, you should take a moment and try to get them placed and stacked on top of each other. I have gotten almost completed. Either have rubber bands slip out. I pulled the wrong one on that one. Okay. So that's okay. We'll recover. We'll get this one here. Didn't quite pull that straight across, but we got her. I've had rubber bands come loose and get underneath it all and have to rinse all my glue off and start over. So like I said, if you see rubber bands slipping where you don't want them, take a moment and get them back where you need them. Like that one there is trying to slide under. There we go, that's better. We'll go ahead and get this one right here, and we'll close that up like that. And like that. And we'll get this one out. We almost have a perfect circle, perfect ring here. And one more. If bad things were going to happen, it would already happen. So I wipe a little of that excess glue off. I take my little mallet and just give it a real light tap. Then I transfer this to another spot in my on a workbench using some 3/8 plywood, and we bring it over here and we slide it off. We take a little more wax paper, like that. I put this piece of plywood on it, and then we set some weight on it. Make sure it stays flat. Like that. Somebody asked me about these jars the other day, and it's a lead shot, reclaimed lead shot. Anyway, that's pretty much it.